Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This week I'm going to show you how I upcycled 3 thrifted shirts into trendy crop tops. Let's get started. The first top I'm going to recreate is this black crossover top. You need a fitted black short sleeve shirt in your size, and the first thing you want to do is cut open the center front. While wearing the shirt, draw out a V-shaped neckline and where you want the hemline to be. Make sure to include some seam allowance in your markings and cut out the design. If your shirt is still too loose-fitting, you can take in the center back like me. Before I can hem the edges, I had to create the straps, which I thought I could do with the leftover shirt, but after attempting skinny straps, the seams ended up popping when I turned it inside out, so I just purchased some black rope trim instead. To hem the top, I highly recommend you get some of this clear elastic and sew it along the edge first. I'm using my serger, but if you don't have one, you can zigzag or use the overlock stitch on your sewing machine. Once the elastic is attached, I fold it over and hem all the edges. Before closing up the corners, I add in my straps and sew it down. And I'm finished! Here's what the finished top looks like. The rope trim I used as the tie was kind of uncomfortable, so you should definitely use something stretchy if you can. And I found the straps bothersome because the crisscross design moves around a lot, which is why I tied it through my belt loops. Just a heads up if you're interested in a top like this. The next trendy top I'm going to recreate is the triangle top. I'm going to make it by upcycling this colorful silky blouse that I thrifted. First, I cut the blouse straight across from armhole to armhole. Next, while wearing the top, decide where you want the point of the triangle to hit, which will probably be around the belly button. And then bring the lines up to the sides. I only need one side of the shirt for the triangle, so I removed the other side, and then folded the triangle shape in half so I can evenly cut it out. For the back side of the top, I decided to recycle the sleeves to tie in the back. Cut the sleeves straight across the top of the arm. Before we can attach the sleeves, hem the triangle. Next, I press under the seam allowance of the sleeve opening and will be sandwiching the sides of the top in the sleeves. As you can see, my sleeves don't line up perfectly, but first just top stitch the layers together. The parts that are sticking out, I simply folded it under and tacked it down. You can stop here if you want it to be a strapless top, but the straps definitely help hold it up. So with the leftover fabric, I cut 1 1/4 inch strips on bias to create some skinny straps. Fold the strips in half and sew it at your desired width. Turn the straps inside out with a loop turner and measure them to fit you before sewing them to the top. To sew the straps on, place it behind the top Fold under the seam allowance of the strap so the raw edges are hidden, and top stitch the straps on with a square shape. Here is the final creation. The last crop top I'm recreating is this ruffled strapless top, which you can make from any button-down shirt, or a pillowcase even. Try to find a shirt in a bigger size so you can have room to gather it. First, measure your chest and decide how short or long you want your top to be. Then straighten out the bottom of the shirt, mark how long your top is, and cut it out. Your shirt should be wide enough to slide over your head and shoulders, but if you want a more gathered look, make it at least twice as wide as your chest measurement. Since I don't have enough material to make it gathered, I used the top of the shirt and added some more length. After sewing the pieces together, go ahead and hem the top and bottom edges. Then mark a line 2 inches from the bottom and another line 1 inch from the top. Sew a basting stitch across the top and bottom lines and lightly gather the top. It should still be wide enough to slide on and off of you. Next, grab some elastic and measure one to fit your chest, and the second one to fit under your bust. Then stretch and sew the elastic over the basting stitch lines. To close up the back, you could have faced it right sides together and sewed it closed, but I decided to do loops and create a strap to tie in the back. You could even add more buttons and buttonholes if you want, and just button it closed. Lace the straps through the loops and you're finished! The finished top actually had to be modeled by my sister because I ended up making it too big on myself, but it looks great on her. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed these 3 crop top DIYs. Let me know what you want to see next, and I'll see you next time. Bye!